Welcome back to another top 10 of mine. Today, I'll be discussing my top 10 favorite hero skins in BTD6. For this top 10, original skins won't be counted. I'll also be taking in all versions of that skin from levels 1 to 20, as well as their voice and how unique of a skin they are in general. And this is just my opinion, so feel free to disagree. I won't take it personal. Without further ado, let's get listing. I made it quite clear in my last top 10 that I hate the grow less than Galaxili quest, but I also made it clear that I think the Galaxili skin is pretty cool. Space-themed skins are always cool to have since they give off this atmosphere of an extraterrestrial being fighting alongside you, and any sort of space life is just pretty cool overall, and the Galaxili skin is no exception. Her hair has this mixture of a starry night combined with a space atmosphere. By level 7, her wand gains a crescent moon, and her hair and bun gains a bit more stars. Level 10 turns her wand and bun rainbow. The wand gains a glass-looking effect and her bun becomes a bit more vibrant. Level 16 gives her small improvements to her bun and wand, and level 20 is a major upgrade to pretty much everything. Her bun not only becomes bigger, but also becomes sort of a curved ponytail. Her wand also now looks a bit like her sacrificial totem, which is a nice touch. She also gets a pretty cool mask just like the other Azili skins. It's simple, but the color contrast makes it visually appealing. I prefer this Azili skin over Smudge Cat because space skins are just more appealing overall. Plus, I think Smudge Cat looks kinda weird, but that's just me. The only negative is that I feel her voice is kinda generic.
I was made for this!
It doesn't exactly give the feel that this monkey is a space monkey of some kind. Although Galaxili's quest is a pain to complete, it's a skin I enjoy using. Now I'm sure we all love Sauda, especially a certain someone. Me personally, I really like the Viking Sauda skin. It's one of those skins that's basic yet you always enjoy using. I'm not really a Viking person myself, but this Sauda skin is still a favorite of mine. The early levels are kinda generic, but once she reaches level 10, she gets an additional axe, as well as a better hairdo. Once she reaches level 20, not only does she get an even better hairdo, her axes get an upgrade, and she also gets a Viking helmet and a better outfit. These changes aren't the biggest, but they still look good and visually appealing. Her voice also sounds quite good.
We raid!
It has this vibe of a royal knight who's ready to face off against any opponent. And what's funny about this is her line when the bat appears.
Finally! They send their champion.
We may not have more Viking skins, but I'm glad that the one we do have is pretty good. I never thought that I would enjoy the skin as much as I do, but Lifeguard Brickell is a skin that I find visually appealing and fun to use. The idea is so simple, yet the designs of this skin are so good. Levels 3 and 7 don't give her too many improvements since all she gets is a water gun, whistle, and air horn, but level 10 is a completely different look. This ain't no lifeguard, this is a sea warrior ready to kick ass. She gets a cool new hairdo, upgraded water gun, raft, lifeguard tower, outfit, and some stylish new sunglasses. This is just about as good as it gets. Level 20 just changes the colors to look better, but there's no major differences. That being said, level 20 still looks cool. I'd say her voice is a bit on the generic side though.
Lifeguard on duty!
Now don't get me wrong, Dread Pirate Brickell is good, although for me, Lifeguard Brickell outshines Dread Pirate Brickell design-wise, color-wise, and voice-wise. People who saw my top 3 hero skins short from last year will know that I like the ETN skin. For starters, it's another space-themed skin, and this time, it actually is an extraterrestrial life form. This alien is more of an alien astronaut, as he's in some sort of spacesuit. Level 3 doesn't change much, but level 8 is when he gets access to UAV, and this turns the little device he's holding into some glowing transparent cube. He also gets a blue outline of a third eye, foreshadowing what he'll look like at level 20. Level 10 gives him some new antennas and new armor for a spacesuit. The cube he was holding is now a different shape. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks cool. And level 20 improves the armor, antennas, and most importantly, opens the third eye. I never thought an alien type skin would look good, but it certainly does and I love it. And his voice is also really cool.
This planet is acceptable.
It sounds exactly what you'd imagine an alien to sound like. Well, at least for most of us. And that's not even all. His drones become tiny saucers, and the UCAV is now a giant saucer. Lots of great ideas went into this skin, and I'm glad it turned out the way it did. This will be the last space-themed skin on this list, and it's certainly an amazing one. I had a hard time choosing between Voidora and Joan of Arc Adora since they both look amazing, but after some thinking, I think that Voidora is the worst of the two. But even at level 1, she looks amazing. With Galaxili and Etienne, they looked like something that was in space. Voidora, on the other hand, literally is space itself. You can literally see stars on her head, arms, and hair. This Adora skin ain't messing around. She doesn't get much changes until level 7, in which she grows a bit more hair, her pupils disappear from her eyes, and she gets a tint more purple. Level 10 is a small but good improvement as she grows some more hair and turns a bit more purple. It's as if the space being itself is slowly starting to become stronger as she's becoming one with space. And level 20 is just the best. I mean, look at this. Even if Voidora isn't a god, she certainly has that aura of one. Not only do her eyes grow purple, she gains a lot more hair and even more tails. And if that's not enough, her TSG and VTSG forms only add to the awesomeness. Just look at these. And let's not forget about her awesome voice, which is also altered by her VTSG form.
Present and future. Present and future.
Now that I've talked about Voidora, it's time to talk about Joan of Arc Adora. These two could easily be interchanged with each other, but I've always favored Joan of Arc Adora in lots of ways. Most importantly, her designs. She has this simple yet really good looking grey armor. It surprisingly fits her usual golden look. Level 3 adds some gold outlines for some more depth, and level 7 not only gives her a blood crystal of some kind, but also turns her tail into a mace. She's not messing around. Level 10 turns more of the armor golden, and she even gets some red clothing along her sleeves and legs. And level 20 gives her some golden wings. They're rather small in game, but still cool looking nonetheless. By looking at these designs, some may prefer Voidora over Joan of Arc Adora. But let's not forget about her TSG and VTSG forms, which are arguably the coolest looking skins in the whole game. Her TSG form alone is levels above every skin in the game. Like, I can't even describe how cool this looks. But her VTSG form? Here, take a look. Holy shit, even Satan would be scared of this. This is easily the coolest skin in the whole game. Her normal voice is kinda simple, but her VTSG voice is hella cool.
Let us commence. Let us commence.
If this was an objective top 10, then this would be number 1 for sure. But this is about my favorites, and I have some skins that I prefer using over this one. Here we have the Bookworm Etienne skin at number 4. This is a skin that has more than what meets the eye. His outfit doesn't change at all aside from a few color changes. It's what goes on around him which makes this skin unique. Levels 8, 10, and 20 add these little sparkles and even outline a few dragons around him. Those dragons also come to life the more he levels up. What really makes this skin interesting is the progress he's making reading books while leveling up. At level 1, he's reading a red book, but by level 3, he's finished reading the red book and has now moved on to a brown book. Level 8 has him finish a brown book and move on to a yellow book, and then he goes back to a red book at level 10. The attention to detail is incredible. It shows that slowly over the course of your game, he's reading multiple books as the rounds go by. Level 20 shows that he's read 8 books, and is now on his 9th. Also, I love his facial expressions. This is one of the most charming monkeys in the game. Not to mention that his voice is simple, yet fits really well for a reader monkey.
Our story begins.
This may not be a mind-blowing skin, but it certainly uses the power of imagination. Here's another skin for my top 3 hero skins short. Now I'm a fan of Godzilla. I've watched A New Empire and lots of clips from King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, so I'm quite a fan of the Kaiju Pat skin. Even its low levels look good. The scales and body shape not only look like Godzilla, but it also still looks like Pat in a way. Levels 3 and 5 add to the awesomeness by adding some blue glow, yet another feature that Godzilla has. Level 10 takes a different approach, but looks amazing nonetheless. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be thermonuclear Godzilla mixed with Mecha Godzilla, but I digress. But even this low armor plate looks awesome, even if it's only his left arm and half of his face. And level 20 fully fully encases his skin with armor, and the armor looks cool as hell. For starters, his tail has this... I don't even know how to describe it. It just has a cool design. His armor is not only designed well, but mixes well with the colors it uses. The idea of a Godzilla type of skin for Pat is a really cool idea, and the execution is really well done. He also has a really cool voice.
Destroy all balloons.
Honestly, I'm running out of words to use to describe these skins. All you gotta know is that they're cool. Now let's move on. Here's a skin most of you probably weren't expecting. Benjamin DJ, or DJ Ben, is a skin that I've always found fun to use. For starters, I love the idea. I myself am not much of a party person, but DJ Ben proved that today's day of defending is gonna pop. Levels 1 and 3 show that he will get this party started. Level 7 upgrades his DJ stand to look a bit more detailed, and he also gets a sick pair of... goggles? Not exactly sure what those are, but they look cool. I imagine they just protect his eyes from the bright party lights. And level 10 removes the stand, but gives him an awesome set of RGB speakers. He even has a little remote to control the colors of his speakers, at least I'm assuming so. And level 20 gives the speakers a massive upgrade, his remotes become a bunch of holographic keys, and he gets a sick new outfit. His voice also fits him quite well. It's the perfect DJ voice.
Benjamin is in the house!
I don't know why I like this skin as much as I do, but it's so appealing and he has an amazing personality too. This is another skin that was in my top 3 hero skins short, and my opinion still hasn't changed, because Cyber Quincy is my favorite skin of all time. Now I'm a pretty big fan of robots and mechanical stuff like that. Transformers would be a good example, although I've only seen Rise of the Beasts. It was good though, and my love for robotic stuff all goes into this skin. For starters, it actually has some lore. Quincy was injured by a DDT, but Dr. Monkey knew they had the technology to rebuild him, and thus created Quincy, evolved from Quincy. At level 1, you can see that his bone armor definitely has some upgrades. They all have sort of a neon blue mixed with a robotic type of look. Level 3 just gives him a helmet, but the pattern and design of it fits perfectly with the rest of the skin. Level 7 turns his face into some screen. His eyes look amazing in this light blue color, and the screen itself has a really nice blue gradient. Level 10 is a pretty big upgrade, the most notably being the color change from a dark gray into white. It surprisingly fits, and makes him look a bit futuristic in a way. Plus, he gets a cool spiky mohawk. And level 20 just adds some more spikes to his arms and bow. Although that last change wasn't much, this skin looks freaking awesome. I don't know why, but I just really love this robot version of Quincy. I just think it's super cool for some reason, and his voice is on a whole nother level.
Bow fully powered, arrows primed.
He's just straight up awesome. The challenge for this top 10 was just choosing which skins I like, since the artwork and designs in this game are just amazing. And speaking of amazing stuff, feel free to join my Discord server. You'll get announcements from me about videos and other stuff I'm willing to share. But it's your choice, so don't feel pressured. But anyways guys, tell me what your favorite hero skin is in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. See ya!